Hi everyone, it's John from What Up. So we have another possible casting rumor, maybe pseudo announcement that came out this week, courtesy of Variety. So this video will contain spoilers up to and including the end of The Eye of the World, as well as The Great Hunt, so the first two books in the series. I won't be getting into too much. However, there are some things that may be mentioned that will possibly spoil parts of the plot and character arcs, as well as characters that are going to show up in the books, up to and including the end of the second book. All right, so now that's out of the way. If you do like these videos, please subscribe to the channel. Small channel, but we are growing little by little. Anyone that does subscribe is a big help to us here. So now we'll get down to the rumor, and I'm using that word quotation marks, rumor, because it wasn't officially announced by Amazon Prime. And if you check the actor in question's IMDb page, it is also not there. And I will link the IMDb page down in the description so you can take a look for yourselves. Now, the actor in question is Daryl McCormack. If you know him, it's probably from Peaky Blinders or possibly Vikings. He did a brief stint in Vikings as well. Excellent actor. Another great find for the Wheel of Time TV show. However, the article in Variety did say that he was contracted for 3 episodes in the first season. Now, we know that the first season is probably covering the first two books, or at least most of the first two books. We don't exactly have any idea where it will end at or will stop. Not officially, anyway. There's been a lot of speculation, but so there's a lot of material there. And when they're saying that Daryl is going to act in 3 episodes, it kind of narrows down the characters that he could possibly play. So we'll go through the characters that I think he could possibly play, and I'll give them a rating out of 10, how likely I think it is, and then I'll give you my favorite pick at the end, which is honestly going to be rated the highest anyway, so you'll be able to figure it out before then, I guess. Anyway, so here we go. So first character he could possibly play. A lot of these are coming from suggestions from people who watch the channel, as well as news groups and forums, as well as Reddit, things like that. A lot of speculation is going on about this. So number one, the false dragon Logan. That is a possibility. He does show up briefly in the first book. Basically, Rand sees him while in Camelin, atop a wall, and we all know where that ends. One of my favorite scenes in the book where he is brought before Queen Morgause and actually shows the Hairmark blade, and everybody gets all freaked out. And my favorite scene in the entire book series, bar none. Excited to see that adapted. But in the books, that's pretty much it. We know that Rafe, the showrunner, had said that he wants an expanded role for that character, and we believe it's mainly because he wants to showcase male channeling, maybe a few big battles, things like that, prior to them actually showing up in the book series, because it's a bit more exciting for the viewers, and it'll probably make things a little bit easier to understand, and it's a way of explaining things a bit better, how the world works, how a false dragon works, how war works in the world, things like that. Maybe even a little bit of channeling in the one power. So how likely do I think it is? Well, if they expanded the role of Logain, maybe 2 episodes. Like, honestly, maybe flashbacks to a third. So I guess it's possible. Um, but I don't think it's likely. I give that one 4.5 out of 10, and I'm just pulling that number out of my butt. It lukewarm on the idea of him playing that character. He'd probably do it well, but lukewarm. The second one that has been going around is actually two characters, and I'm going to list them both as the same here because they're pretty much have the same, in my mind, chance of him playing them. First one is Aram, the Tinker, and the second one is Elias. Now we know Perrin meets the two of them in a small story arc in the first book, but we really don't see them again until later on in the book series. I think it's the fourth book before they really show up prevalently again, like predominantly. Um, so could he play either one of those? Aram? Yeah, it's real likely he could play Aram as far as looks and build go, and he can pull it off as an actor. Elias? I really don't think so. He's not old enough. He's not like seasoned and grizzled enough. I mean, makeup can do wonderful things, but I don't think they would cast him in that role. That and the fact that they're saying 3 episodes, to me, 3 episodes, they'd really have to expand those two characters a whole lot. This one I'm giving like a 2 out of 10. I really don't think it's likely that he'll play either one of these characters. Someone else had mentioned possibly an unnamed warder. So maybe Soon's warder. Uh, Varens Warder, possibly. Uh, is it likely? I don't think so. They're not really in the books enough, and they're not a focus of anything a whole lot. They may make them a bit more of a focus in the show, but I really don't think that they're going to expand it enough that he's in 3 episodes with any given amount of screen time. Especially later on in the series, they don't really get a whole lot of love, so to speak. They're not around a lot. So possibility of that again, two, 2 out of 10, not real likely. So another one, Inkar. That's it's possible. He definitely can play the character. He was in Vikings, so he's been around that sort of set before. Um, Ingard does have a pretty expanded role in the second book. He's in the first book for a brief period of time, and then after that, he is around a lot in the second book, and then that's it for him. As we know, by the end of the second book, he's not around anymore. 3 episodes worth, absolutely. I'd say maybe. Well, I mean, if our episodes are covering the first season is covering the first 2 books, 3 episodes seems about right for that whole character arc. Is it likely? Yeah, I think it's likely. I give that one a 7.5 out of 10. I'd say it's pretty likely he's going to play Inkar. Um, the only thing there is, in my mind, I imagine Inkar a little more burly, a little more seasoned and grizzled, and he's a veteran. So that's the only thing holding him back from a higher score. So the last person I think he could play, and this is my money's on this. This is what I bet is the Sniffer, Huron. I 100% believe he's going to play him. He has the look. He has the character arc. He has the build. I think that, quite honestly, he's going to play him for that whole arc in the second book where they chase the Horn and they're following the Dark Friends in Fane, trying to get it back, and they go to the other world, and Rand meets Selene. I think that there is probably going to be about 3 episodes if, and this is a big if, they still do the first 2 books for the first season. So 3 episodes sounds about right for that. And I think he fits the character better than he would for Inkar. So that one I give a 9. So my take on it, my guess, is that he's going to play the Sniffer. Am I going to be right? Probably not. I'm wrong a lot, but we have we have a couple of years to see. Maybe less if they announce who people are playing before then, which I really hope they do. But my money's on him. So anyway, like I said earlier, if you like the channel and you like the videos, subscribe. I usually put out a few every week. I am still very new. We've only been doing this a couple of weeks, so we're learning and growing and doing things as we can. So I want to thank you all for watching, and here's to many more.